for tuning in to EskimoTV. I'm your host, Jason Escamilla.
And I'm your co-host, Ronnie Enriquez.
And today we're going to be talking about Once Upon a Time, Season 7, Episode 6, Wake Up Call. This was a good episode. We had a lot of stuff happen in it. We see that Drizella is the one who is behind the curse, that Regina, Ronnie, has her memories back, and that Henry and Jacinda go on a date.
I love the fact that Drizella now becomes the lead role. We find out she's the one who enacted the curse.
Yes.
Not Lady Tremaine. I feel like it's trending up now, because I feel like, honestly, that Lady Tremaine had a little bit of a dull, mundane presence to her character right now.
Yeah. I liked Lady Tremaine. I thought that she was decent, but I do think I like Drizella. I do like Drizella a lot more. The actress Adelaide Kane, who plays Drizella, does an outstanding job, and I definitely like her more as a villain, but I do like Lady Tremaine. And I like this episode too. I like how we find out that the curse was enacted. Lana Parrilla during the scene between Drizella and Regina, it's awesome. I love Lana Parrilla's performance always, and her facial expressions communicate so much as far as the pain she feels.
And I guess now we call her Regina, not Ronnie now.
Yes, now we have her true name.
No more Ronnie, which is my name, which is funny.
Yeah. One question that we do have is, what did Drizella do to make it to where this bad thing that Regina doesn't want to happen is going to happen if True Love's Kiss happens? Like, was it a potion that maybe the witch was involved in, and maybe that's why the witch is important? I don't know. In the flashback sequence, we see that Regina decides to take Drizella under her wing to teach her magic, which I thought was a little weird considering we saw that Drizella had tried to kill Henry in a previous episode. And from my perspective, if anyone tries killing my friend or someone that I'm close to, it don't matter who you are. I ain't gonna try to help you learn something.
My take on it is maybe Regina saw a little bit of her in Drizella and thinking that, well, if Regina could go from evil to good, maybe Drizella can as well. But yeah, there is definitely it's a little curious that you just go, so, oh, you almost killed my son? Well, I'm gonna give you a chance to get stronger and maybe kill us all.
Yeah.
Now, but that's the best way I can explain it, is she wants maybe wants Drizella to go from evil to good, and that didn't work out.
Because had Regina not taught her magic, then the characters wouldn't be in the unfortunate circumstances that they're in. And I'm not saying that's Regina's fault, because ultimately she was trying to do a good thing. But Regina, being as smart as she is, should have done some more investigating. A couple of other minor issues that I saw with the episode was that Jacinda is just so underwhelming and not developed. We see this scene with Henry trying to fix the food truck. I'm not a big fan of Jacinda, Cinderella, and I don't know if that's just me, but a couple of my friends that I've talked to have not also been a fan of her. All we've seen her do in this past season is try to throw out a fire and it not work, her panicking and worrying over Lucy, and
typical mom stuff.
I think that, or I just hope that the writers develop that character further if she's going to be a character that stays with us and is going to be Henry's, lover for the next who knows how many.
You never know, it might be Drizella.
I wanted it to be Drizella before we got this bombshell.
Well, maybe Drizella could have a turnaround like Regina. You never know.
We'll see. Wait and find out. The only other character that is more annoying than Jacinda on the show is Lucy. All she does is whine and tell the characters, you have to believe that this is real. And I remember Henry from season 1 being somewhat annoying, but not on this level.
Yeah, I mean, we start with episode 1 here in this season, and she's like, "You're my dad," and then you gotta believe me. It's every single episode. There's you're this and you're this. You don't get it. And let's see how long it carries on before she actually starts any kind of conversation outside of you have to believe me.
Lucy's essentially playing us wanting to tell the characters that we know you have to believe, but in a very whiny, annoying fashion. I feel like she needs to understand that these characters don't know who they are. They are cursed. She sounds crazy, and people are going to think that if she keeps just shouting things out so confidently and not just chilling out.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that happened in this episode is Hook. And once again, just like last week, it was kind of shoved in here. And there's an unnecessary scene between Hook and Alice where they're playing chess. And Alice tells Hook that he has the piece he's needed all along. He just has to search deeper. And that leads him to going to the man with the tattoos address, which he already had. And I just felt like, did Alice really need to tell him that? Like, if I'm a detective, I'm going to want to do my homework and look at where people live and just go there. I felt like we didn't need that scene. Like, we could have just seen him searching for the address and then him going there. And then even after the fact, there was really no payoff. We just see the guy on the floor is seemingly dead and nothing beyond that. Like, what substance did that have other than someone tampered with it?
Yeah, it just seems like his scenes and his characters kind of going through the motions right now.
Yeah, and I know it's going to probably lead up to next week's episode. We're having a 2-hour special next week, and one of the episodes next week that we're going to be watching is called Eloise Gardner, who's the name of the missing 10-year-old girl. So hopefully that plot gets developed further and we see the results of that. So what are you going to give this episode?
I'm going to give it a B+.
I'm going to give this episode a B-, which that will average out for this episode of Once Upon a Time to a B.
Wouldn't have guessed.
What do you mean wouldn't have guessed?
Like, B+. It averages out to a B.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. What do you think about the episode? What do you think Regina is going to do now that she has her memories? And will Rumplestiltskin be involved? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you'd like to discuss this and other topics with other Once Upon a Time fans, join the Facebook group in the description below.
And as always, if you enjoyed this review, like this video, and subscribe to EskimoTV, where you can definitely look forward to more Once Upon a Time reviews each week.